Welcome to the Two Guys Show on the EdReach Network. This is episode number 29 on April 22nd, 2014. I am one of your co-hosts, Drew Minnock. You can find me on Twitter at TechMinnock, and you can find us on our blog at twoguysandsomeipads.com. My other co-host tonight and every night is...
Hey everybody, welcome to the Two Guys Show on the EdReach Network. Glad to have you and be a part of the show tonight. Thanks, Drew. We have a very interesting show tonight. It's very exciting. We want to try something different, so we hope you've been watching the tweets. We are going to be talking about some stories about things we know that teachers are doing. We want this to be an extremely interactive and live show tonight. So here's what we're going to be asking. Yes. We're going to be asking you to chime in by using Twitter, using the hashtag Two Guys Show, the number two Guys Show. You can see it on my lower third right there, and loyal viewers, you know what it's all about. We're going to talk about the stories you are chatting in and chiming in about, and you never know, we may drop you a link in your DM and have you jump on the show for just a moment and share your project with us. So we're going to get started. We're going to talk about some of the latest news and what's going on. Drew and I are going to share about some of the new technologies. Drew's got a nice new toy in his classroom.
Yes, it is an awesome new toy.
So how you doing, Drew?
Man, I'm doing great. We've got a lot of exciting things going on, more exciting things in the works, you know. Crazy to think the school year is like sprinting to a close. It's going by so fast. You know, last day of parent-teacher conferences tomorrow, you know, and there's just a lot of exciting things. The kids are excited about our new 3D printer, which, you know, first day in the class yesterday, and what did I do? Forgot the cords to plug it into the wall.
That was awesome.
Only makes sense, right?
Yeah, you called me down. They said it looks nice because there's no cords, but
yeah, there's no cords. It looks cool though, right? Sitting there.
Yeah, there's no cords. So Drew, what are a couple of things you've made so far? I'm sure you just had to test it out, put in a couple basic things. What are some of the things you've made so far?
Yeah, it comes with some. It comes with a memory card in it, so it has a couple things already on there. One, Mr. Jaws. It's like a little shark that was kind of cool looking. I created a Two Guys keychain with our logo on it, which is pretty cool. I think you saw that, a picture of that.
Yep, sure.
Today we created a penguin for Sally in the office because she loves penguins, so we made it for her because she helped us get this thing ordered quickly and get it to us as quick as possible. So we made her a penguin because she's a big fan of that.
That's pretty awesome.
Today I had some trouble actually printing it, so we only was able to print a small one. But we're creating a, you know, with using the key on maps and things like that, and we're creating a map of the United States. So I printed a map of the United States with like the terrain, you know.
Oh,
the Rocky Mountains are big, and it kind of like a terrain map, which is pretty cool. But we've just kind of done a couple little things. It takes some time, and you know, we're so busy trying to get everything else in. It's hard to take time to print things right now, so we're still figuring it out, and you know, it's exciting. It's fun.
That's awesome, man. I can't wait to see some of the cool stuff. And it's funny because I was talking with somebody the other day, and they talked about, oh, can you have Drew bring his Google Glass in that day? I said he's got it every day. Every day when I go in. Most of the time kids are wearing it, but sometimes you're wearing it. So you know, those of you who are out there, just know it's great that you can use Google Glass in the class on a daily basis, and Drew's been doing a good job of that. He brings it in actually every day and works with the kids and does a lot of cool stuff, and we'll explore that.
They love it. They absolutely love being able to use Google Glass, that's for sure.
Absolutely. It's awesome stuff. So, all right, so
we had a fun show tonight, Brad. I'm looking forward to the Twitter chatter, so make sure you guys jump in with the Two Guys, number two Guys Show hashtag. No matter where you're following, if you're following on the blog or if you're watching on the Google Plus page or YouTube or wherever, make sure you follow along on Twitter with that hashtag and be chiming in. We want to hear how you're using augmented reality in the classroom, or not even in the classroom, just in education in general. Don't you think, Brad?
Absolutely. And you know, at some point we may even ask you about just what technology or emerging technology you're using, because you know, Drew, it's always cool because you know what? We seem to have stuff coming in the mail all the time. So,
man, daily. It's kind of insane.
So I got to school and this was on my desk.
Yes, sir.
Drew got this delivered to his house. So Drew, where'd we get these? Just a reminder.
Our good friend David Stone over at Aurasma, Global Head of Marketing, a couple shows back, he demoed that for us. We're like, we have to have one of those shirts.
Yep.
So got a couple in the mail the other night when I got home. That was a nice little present to come home to, and yeah, they're pretty sweet.
Yeah. So Drew, here's a story. You know, I know we're gonna add some like news and notes segments, kind of like so. Last night I had a soccer game. You know, I had my men's game. So you know, Aurasma, you know, used to sponsor the Tottenham Spurs. You know, in the Premier League. You know, and Mark Osman, MH Osman on Twitter, good friend of the show, good friend of ours. He's
good friend.
He's a big come on you Spurs fan. So Koi. But Aurasma, so he was wearing his Aurasma shirt last night because he's a keeper. Well, I was wearing this when I got there, and so I got my iPad out, or my phone actually, and so everybody on the team was just opening Aurasma, and they're like, whoa, that's so cool. So it was pretty cool. So before the game, I had this on. I ended up having to change, but it was pretty awesome. They got a good feel of what you and I do with our technology. I said, now we do this in education, so it was really cool. So anyways,
that's
one
awesome.
of the things that arrived at our mail. So and there's some more to show. I mean, you got your 3D printer.
We keep saying one of these days we're just going to take pictures of all the toys that we have and kind of share all the cool stuff that we have because we have a lot of cool stuff.
On the future show, you know, I'd like to figure out, see if we can get either find a way to mount a camera and almost be like in one of the, you know, like have a little studio, and then just like seriously get all of our 21st century technology tools out and really like almost like a Where's Waldo kind of picture, like show everything and then say, okay, with this, here's something you can do. With this, you know, that way for people who are looking for an investment, you know, we're going to be able to give them 10 options, you know, 10 options.
Yes.
Say, look, here are a bunch of cool things. Here are some of the things you can do with them, and that way our audience can go through, look at them, and say, I like that. I'm going to choose to invest in that, or I'm going to try to go write a grant for that, or crowdsource this, or something like that. So, you know, we have enough stuff now. Well, we never have enough, but we have a lot of cool things that we're using in the classroom.
Oh, absolutely. We have a lot of cool stuff, and never enough.
Never.
So if anyone has anything cool that they want to send us, we'll definitely use it. Because let me tell you, I don't know if there's anyone who loves gadgets and toys like I do. I really do love them. You know that.
Oh yeah, like I like them, but not to the level you do. Because honestly, Drew, I opened up my my robots from Bird Brain Technologies. Thank you to Bird Brain Technologies. We're gonna check those out. I'm gonna have to come down and see you, the robot guru, and have you help me figure these out. I got 2 robots to use, and one's assembled, one is a build your own. It comes with the boards and stuff, and then you just create around it. So I want to bring that down to you so we can spend some time, put it together, and then apply it into the classroom and give it a real test and see what we can do with it.
Yeah, absolutely. So, you know, today's show is going to be a lot about integration of augmented reality in education. So let's kind of like jump into it, huh, Brad? Let's talk a little bit about you know, how you use AR in your classroom, and when we talk about AR, again, just if you're a newbie for the show, it's augmented reality. It's not accelerated reader. That's very important.
Correct. Thank you.
Yes. So why don't you just talk a little bit about how you're using AR in your classroom to engage your kids and just really, you know, make each space in your classroom a learning space.
Wow. Okay. Well, great. And the thing is, and you know this, Drew. Lately, I've been in a big coding kick, and I mentioned habit. And the amazing thing is, I know this. I'm tying it to AR in just one second, but to set the stage for everybody. You know, Drew and I always talk about Cargo Bot in the beginning stages of coding and programming, getting the kids familiar with what it's all about. So you know, it just seems to, like, between me and you and you know, looking out online, we're coming across more and more awesome coding apps. And so it's you know, we've got 5 or 6 we've been using, and it's great because the 5 or 6 we use really lend itself to kids of different learning styles, kids of different learning abilities, different levels where they're at. But so here's where I get to AR, and I mentioned this. You know, using Track Labs. You know, it's under Fuel FX in the App Store. It is. I'll tell you, I got a couple kids in my class that are just becoming so good at using that. What this is, for those you don't know, and I'll just do a quick recap. Track Labs, this app, you get a printout. It's a cool target of a robot. What stands up, and I guess the robot probably stands, if you're on the, your relative space is probably 2 feet away. It probably stands about 12 to 16 inches tall. And the cool thing is like on a human body, every joint or every feature that can be moved, from the wrist to the elbow, shoulder, knee, hips, neck, you can actually program and code that, but it's an AR space. So I've got a table, the table that's right in front of my desk, Drew. It's an old computer table.
Oh yeah.
It's got like
I had one in my room, but mine broke.
Yes, exactly.
Yes, mine broke.
So talking about using student workspace, this student workspace is mainly where, like, I use it for different things, but when my students are going to code the Track Labs robot using augmented reality, that's where they use it. So if you've seen my Twitter feed, you've seen me tweet out pictures from that, that's that space, because Drew was just asking about using different spaces in my classroom for learning spaces in AR, and that's becoming one of the ones that I'm using more often now, and it really became from that workshop model that day. That workshop model using augmented reality, and one of my students.
That was a good post.
Yeah, well, thank you. And she has been all over me about getting that set up for her. So now I've got that all set up. Having a lot of success with that, along with Hopscotch. Hopscotch has become one of the new programming apps that my kids are using. I think I mentioned this last week. Yep. Somebody did a Sydney Opera House, so I have a kid that I'm probably I told him I want to video it and put it on our Two Guys Instagram, because he now has a house with windows. It says like welcome, and he's got a door. It's pretty fantastic. So be on the lookout for that. I'll probably upload that maybe later this week. So that's one of my workspaces, Drew. Why don't you share something from you, and then we'll kind of go back and forth, and I'm gonna check the hashtag for a minute and kind of see what's going on out here.
Awesome. Yeah, I've really tried to dive into the DAQRI 4D Studio lately. I've been playing around with that as much as possible. Really trying to learn the ins and outs of it. And I'm not gonna lie, it didn't take long. Pretty simple to use. Really have to make sure that the video sizes are a little bit smaller. It can only be 25 megabytes at this point, and when we were out there, they told us that an M4V file is definitely the smaller videos. So to try and use those, because it kind of compresses the file a little bit. So trying to build different interactive experiences with the 4D Studio, because it's with the layout, with the different numbers at the top, the tabs, it allows you to build almost like stories. And that's what 4D does. It gives you the ability to tell stories and bring a new dimension to ideas and things like that. So, making those interactive pieces with the different chapters and things like that are pretty awesome. So I've really been trying to dive in with the AR with DAQRI's 4D Studio lately. Definitely, if you haven't tried it yet, there is a free account. It's up to 25 triggers right now, which is quite a bit to tell you. If you think about it, your odds of you having 25 live triggers at one time is not real good, I wouldn't imagine. So, once one kind of runs its course, kind of dump that one, and then you can add another one. So definitely check that out over at DAQRI. And I think I've got a link up on the blog, so you guys can check that out as well if you want to sign up for or request an invite. They're giving out multiple invites each week. So head on over and check that out. But seen just a lot of just great things, and the one things that we really love, and Brad, we've talked about this, it makes our day.
Mm-hmm.
When someone will tweet us and be like, look what I did today. I used this augmented reality application or kids, and I've never seen them so engaged.
Absolutely.
Or, they just, people don't realize how hard it is to engage 17-year-old kids, but today they were just like jaws hitting the floor, and I mean, Brad, you've got 17-year-old kid, or is he 17 or is he 18 now?
Drew, okay, so conversation at dinner tonight. So talking about Keegan, Keegan, who is one of the co-hosts on Edu All Stars now. So if you've seen a Keegan Wade on Edu All Stars, Not Geek 14. That's actually my son. He is doing a great job over there. But bringing that up, Drew, about a 17-year-old, a high schooler, senior, being interested in AR and 21st century technology. So get this, Drew. So I'm sharing this with you and our audience because you are a part of this that came up tonight. He's doing a class project where every student has to present something in the class about technology. Everybody was signing up for these. So get this. So everybody was signing up for these 5 to 15-minute slots. So Keegan asked today about signing up, and he said, how much time do you need? He said, well, what's the most I can get? He said, well, what do you need?
Nice.
Keegan goes, well, I need at least a half an hour. And so here's the thing, is he's coming to the building, and he wants to check out all of our 21st century tools for education, the Google Glass, the iMode.
He can use them that day. He can take them and use them.
Awesome. Well, so I think he's coming in Thursday actually to chat with you and I to kind of what we just talked about, to look at all our technologies and kind of see what's going to fit best for him, because he's a really big proponent of 21st century classroom, 21st century technology and education. So, and like you said, Drew, he is big into the AR. He sees the impact. And you know what? It's kind of hard to impress and really get a high schooler interested in something like that.
It really is, but I'll tell you what, it does it. It takes learning to a whole nother level, and it's been proven. I know that there's been studies done that with augmented reality, you retain more and you retain it quicker. And what else are we looking for as educators? Is to create a love of learning and that passion. At the same time, they're learning faster and they're retaining more. I mean, you're just hitting it all right there, are you not?
Absolutely, dude. Absolutely. So hey, I'm gonna hit up some of the tweets right now, and we're gonna have some people elaborate on some of these things. So Ricky Krause, he's already tweeted a few times, and Drew,
West Bloomfield guy.
Yeah, that's right. So he's been using Cromville and Color AR Mix for creative writing during Friday Free Writes. Awesome, Ricky. I'd like to hear a little bit more about.
Great job, Ricky.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you can try to do another tweet, we'd love to hear it. Craig's been already vocal tonight, and Paul Wagner, good friend of the show. Paul Wagner said, watching high school teachers in the South Dakota becoming mesmerized by Color AR Mix, opened eyes to what is possible for their classrooms. So that is awesome. And hey, shout out to Sonia, who's watching from New Zealand tonight. Hey Sonia, so glad. Please let me know you're still here. Love that you were able to work out the time change. And by the way, can you tweet what the time difference is for me? I know Japan's.
I think it's 1 a.m. I thought she said, or no, 1 p.m. maybe. I don't know. She's on spring break.
Oh, did she already do it? Okay, what are you holding up, Drew? What do you got?
Speaking of going back to what Ricky was just talking about with Chromeville, the creative writing, if a lot of people don't know, they're running an actual writing contest right now for Chromeville. So you get this coloring sheet. It is Greenland, I believe. Yes, Greenland goes good with Earth Day. Okay, so what you need to do is there's 2 different contestants, and this is one of the things, Brad, that we started early on this year, is using AR, color mix at the time, to inspire creative writing, right? So what this does is contest. The main goal of this contest is to open all educational institution categories, primary grades though. 1st through 3rd grade is one category, and then 4th and 5th grade, ages 9 to 11 is a different category. So you have to get a parent consent form, okay, which looks like this. You print it right out, have that signed, but then what you can do is there's a writing contest and a name contest. Writing contest, the winner for each category will get a trophy printed in 3D, a Chromeville t-shirt, a winner's diploma for the contest and the school, and then the first 2 runners-up get a winner's diploma as well for their school. And then the name contest, the same thing, is a trophy with printed in 3D and a Chromeville shirt. So pretty cool. It's going to be judged by the Chromeville team, and that is due May 9th is the last day that you can do it. Maximum of 2 pages. So it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, that's great stuff. And Drew, I know we're big proponents of this, of having companies really get interactive with educators and students. And man, these guys from Cromville, man, there's some young dudes, man, who are awesome. They get it. They know what's going on. And seriously, I see big things from them. They got their hands in a few different cool projects, with the T-shirts and the video game design and the education wing and stuff like that. So, did you happen to see a tweet this weekend that I tweeted them with an Easter egg, Drew? Did you happen to see that?
Man, those were awesome. Yes, I did, and they retweeted out I think yesterday or something like that. And it's funny, those guys. It's like 1 in the morning, and that's when they want to do Google Hangouts and things like that with us. And they're crazy guys. They're awesome. A lot of fun, and they really are trying to really have an impact on education over there. So I really like what they're doing.
Absolutely. Hey, Paul, just saw your tweet on Every Slide. I just took a look at the site. Looks cool. If you get any more information about it, kind of give us a Cliff's Note version of it. Looks like it's interactive PowerPoint, if I'm reading it right. So love to hear more about that. Let's see what else.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of people that are using amazing examples of augmented reality in a classroom, and one of our favorites, I think, is Terry Eichholz, hands down, right? I mean, she just does. You want to talk about someone's class I'd love to be a kid in. Holy cow. I mean, she just makes learning look so much fun, does she not?
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, she uses all types of augmented reality. She definitely jumped on with the Track Labs Atlas, and is using that with her kids. She's using different augmented reality to inspire creative writing, but then when she used Aurasma to create an overlay with the You Matter movement, with Angela Myers, one of our good friends.
Blew me away.
Oh yeah, with the parents leaving a message for the kids and telling them why they matter. So they could look at that and kind of inspire them to do great things. I mean, that's just awesome. It doesn't get much cooler than that. I mean, you want to talk about a meaningful way to kind of integrate it into the educational setting. There you go.
Absolutely, that was awesome. And another one from Rachel Galang. She tweeted, said, I set up an interactive bulletin board for parent-teacher conferences, which is great and really cool. She said, inspired by at Weaver World, our friend Mary Weaver, getting
Mary Weaver's awesome.
Absolutely, so that's awesome. So Rachel, nice job with that. One of the stories, and I retweeted it today, she's a good friend of ours, Ashley Smith. She goes under Science Gems.
Smith Science.
Smith Science. Wait, no. I got it.
DMS. Smith Science DMS, isn't it?
All right, I'll get it. You'd think I know.
Actually, she's doing awesome things. We hung out with her quite a bit this summer, and we're throwing ideas back and forth, and she was just so geeked about it.
Smith.
So, yeah, it is.
Smith Science GMS. I thought it was.
Was that right? I think I was right.
Did you say that?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I'll watch the playback and decide. But anyway, the cool thing is she used Aurasma and she used
DAQRI. She did.
She used two things. She tweeted out two cool things. One, this is so funny, Drew, because we talk about periodic table and the elements. We always talk DAQRI. I think she did this before the DAQRI ones came out. What she did, she had every student create one target for every element on the periodic table and then put it together. So every single element picture was a unique one, and then there's a video from the student talking about that element. I did retweet that out today.
As did I.
Yeah, so you can check our Twitter feeds on that. That was really, because there's a nice little video that goes with it, which was fantastic. So kudos to Ashley. Well done. We love seeing those kinds of stories.
Yes, I mean she's doing great things. She used the element cubes today, which is always awesome. We know that that's just a great thing to push on. That was on Kickstarter, and definitely if you guys haven't had a chance to play with those, please download that free application and print them out and make all of them are free. I mean you didn't need to buy them through the Kickstarter campaign. You have paper ones that you have to put together, but they're awesome. I mean, definitely print that out, and it'll change the way that you learn chemistry. That's for sure. Because let me tell you, I wasn't a fan in high school at all. But if I had those, I probably would have liked it a lot more. I'm just saying.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, look at that. Shelly Moses saying her kids like Hopscotch, Cargo Bot, Daisy the Dinosaur. That's awesome shit. I can't remember the rest. My iPad's in the other room. So great job, Shelly. Some more support for coding right there. Okay, Paul.
Yeah, I got another shout out here to Charlotte Dolot. She's at Fab 5th grade, and she's using ZooBurst, which is pretty cool. An augmented reality where you can bring the books to life, digital storytelling tool. She's using that, tons of fun. She said sharing with some classes next week. So awesome, 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 awesome.
Awesome. And Craig, looks like Paul has the exact link for Fuel Effects Track Lab in the App Store, and he tweeted out the DAQRI 4D, so I just retweeted both of those. Oh, look at that. Craig's tweeting out the link for Not Geek 14 on Edu All-Stars, which is really cool.
Yes, and then Ryan Beckman just said he used Aurasma to put overlays on astronomy trading cards. Well done, sir.
Man, you must be higher than me, man. I'm still below here. I'm still below.
Ryan was one of my shout-outs last week. He was doing some cool things with AR, and
that's
love to see that stuff. That's awesome. Well done, Ryan.
Awesome. Well,
one of the things that we've been working with, Brad, or trying to work on, I should say, is that we recently got structure sensor.
Yes, correct.
So all the kids, want to, now that we have the 3D printer, they really want to scan themselves and then create their own action figure. That's like the thing that they want to do,
Yeah, for sure.
So we've been scanning the kids every now and then. It's pretty cool. I've got a big Sylvester statue. Yep. It's probably what, 2 feet tall, at least 2.5 feet tall. Yeah. He's got Tweety Bird behind his back, kind of like, I'm not doing anything wrong. That's one of my prized possessions that broke into like 8 pieces last year. Remember that?
I do remember.
Best custodian in the world, a friend Tina, she glued it back together and just shocked me. I walked in the next day and it was put back together. I couldn't even believe it. Shows you what amazing things people will do for just no reason, just to be nice, right?
Absolutely.
So we scanned that, and we were thinking about printing that maybe tomorrow. So it'll be pretty cool.
Absolutely, man. I love the interaction in the feed tonight. Oh my gosh, it's just so great. There's so many cool people doing great things. Rachel, thank you. Rachel Galang, thank you for tweeting another picture. She also hashtag Genius Power. This was her welcome to kindergarten Aurasma bulletin board. So nice job. Just retweeted that, and then this was a shout out of mine last week. Dana Sakela Taylor.
I'm seeing that.
Yeah, isn't that cool? This was a picture she sent last week about their bulletin board and having second grade writings come to life, which was really awesome. So great.
Very cool.
Great stuff. You know what, Drew? I have to say, I love the movement where people are starting to really think outside the box, and like Ricky talking about the creative writing piece. We happen to have that idea the same day, which was fantastic, and I think we could agree we've been pretty loud about using AR in creative writing since then. Yep.
We love it. I'll tell you right now. It's because we saw the power of how it worked, Yeah. I mean, it doesn't get any more powerful. Our kids were just begging to write more, and that doesn't happen a heck of a lot, I'll tell you that.
Absolutely. And so when it comes out, there's going to be a small featured article about some of the stuff we're doing, Drew, out in D.C., and the cool thing is there's going to be a video connected to it, and what it's about AR in our classrooms, and the video is from Color AR Mix, and it's one with the dragon, because in the article we talked about the red dragon with fire and stuff like that, so there's going to be like a 25-second video overlay over an interview and an article. So when that comes out and is made public, we will share that because it looks like it's going to be pretty cool. So want to shout that out as well.
Absolutely. Craig's quite impressed that I have structure sensor. I think he's jealous. I'm just going to say it out loud.
Yeah, of course. All right, so Sonia, hi to Sonia and everybody in New Zealand. Enjoy your lunch. Hope you're having a great day. Sonia, let me know what the weather's like here. Drew, did it turn cold again today or what? What was that?
Freezing again today. And tomorrow is my first day of golf league. Unbelievable.
What's the forecast tomorrow?
Like windy and 50.
Oh, great day for golf. Oh my
It's just not right. It's just not right.
No.
So, just staying on the train of sharing meaningful ways to integrate AR into the classroom. So let's keep that rolling. So if you guys have ideas, please be sharing them with us, and we'll definitely share them out. And we want to inspire as many people to realize the power of AR. That's for sure. So next one I'm going to throw out there is from our great friend, one of our best friends, Aaron Klein.
Yeah.
you know, she put a whole pamphlet together on how to walk you through Aurasma Studio and how to create AR. Not Aurasma Studio, but creating with the application and different things you can do with it. She has a lot of really cool ways to use Aurasma. She used it for her back to school night. I know that earlier this year, and definitely I just tweeted out her article. Definitely check that out on how she's used it in the past, and you know, I know occasionally she'll jump on and she'll talk about how she uses augmented reality for different applications and this and that, and it's pretty awesome. So she does amazing things as always. You know, I think everybody knows that, but I mean,
absolutely.
Definitely with Aurasma to start off the year, she wrote an awesome post. So you guys have to check that out. I just tweeted it out.
Awesome. So you know, Drew, I'm gonna share something. You know, my student teacher Natalie, she's fantastic. She does a great job. So I want to share a story with you. She was at a job fair about 2 weeks ago, Drew. Job fair. You remember? I remember you have a friend that took some AR to a job interview, and
yes.
Was she remembered?
Okay, so yeah, this is a great story to tell. I'm glad you remember. You triggered this one.
Yes. Please.
A really good friend of mine was going to a job interview, and it was literally like thousands of people are interviewing for these jobs, right? You're in this huge gymnasium, and then they'll call you in by numbers, and they just have like almost like picnic tables set up in an auditorium where there's just like 100 people being interviewed at once, like for 10 minutes, right? It's like speed dating. It's crazy.
Right, exactly.
So I'm like, you have to have a way to stand out. You have to have a way where people will not forget you. What better way than AR? Blew their mind. She took AR flashcards from our good friends at Michelin, and she was interviewing for an early elementary position. I think it was kindergarten or first grade, and they were blown away. Her 10-minute interview turned into like 15, 20 minutes because they wanted to play with the AR flashcards, right? And these are adults. These are administrators. She got the call back, and she I think she got like, she kept making it on and moving on. And then they wanted to hire her, but what happened, Brad? We snatched her up first. We got her hired at our school. So it's pretty cool. I think it was like the day after we got her, she got offered the job at our school. They called her and wanted to hire her for the a position. So it was pretty cool. I was happy to get her on our team. So she's an amazing teacher. So big shout out to Kelly. And what a cool way to stand out. And is that what your student teacher did, Natalie?
Yeah. So Natalie, I think she's watching tonight, and I want to share this story because, you know, she's been in my classroom, and, you know, Drew, remember when she came in about a year ago, and she came in for an interview, you know, and we told her this was going to be like unlike anything you've ever seen. And the cool thing is she's been doing an amazing job in my classroom, and she's been doing a wonderful job about learning the technology, trying to implement it, getting good ideas, trying it with the kids. So she went to a job fair a couple weeks ago, and because she asked me about it, I said, you know, I said, regardless, I said, it's going to be a good experience. It doesn't matter. It'd be great to go and learn and get your feet wet and learn about what it's all about. Well, you see, the thing is she goes to a lot of meetings already with a lot of her classmates and colleagues for college, and she finds herself often demoing and telling people and showing. So, of course, what does she do? She starts demoing and telling people. Drew, if she had already had her high school certification, she was already going to be hired by a school in Kansas who they came back over to her. They found her and said, this was who we were talking about. They talked to her a couple different times, and although they couldn't hire her on the spot, guess who has a GHO on Thursday? Natalie has one with them. Yeah, and the thing is she just stood out. I mean, the cool thing is you have to use it to stand out, but you got to be awesome. And, you know, so she is, and she's doing a great job. And so kudos to her for implementing the technology and, you know, another fresh perspective to education in augmented reality. So
well, I think that's one of the things, you know, you can wow people all you want and get their attention, but if you can't use it in a meaningful way to actually change the way people are learning, well, what's the point? It's not a gimmick, you know what I mean? And that's one of the things that it gives you the ability to do is to tell stories in new ways, you know, and take deepen learning, because you're allowed to bring things in the classroom that before were impossible, like planets and I mean, the Mars rover with NASA's. I mean, there's just so many amazing things that you can do. You're only limited by what, Brad?
You're only limited by your imagination. We say that every week. You know, we believe it, we live it, we see it, and everybody knows, you know, we're on our pedestal and our soapbox because we know the power, we see it firsthand, we believe it. You know, Drew, we would go around the world preaching this, given the right opportunity, would we not?
Yes, we would. Given the right opportunity, we would share the power of it. I know that there's been some questions about, you know, with the Aurasma Studio that I've seen on Twitter so far and the channels. You know, I know that kind of throws everyone for a loop. I had someone ask me the other day, like, as long as everyone's logged into the same account, I don't need a channel, right? That is true. But, you know, the whole channel thing, I think it really gives people a lot of difficulties. Don't you think, Brad? Don't you think that's one of, like, the #1 questions that we probably get?
Yeah.
With the channels and the problem with it, and you know, people can't, they're not being able to view their auras, you know, things like that.
Yeah, you know, there's like you said, there's a couple different things that, you know, like, yes, like this week I saw somebody had tweeted and said, do I need a channel if I have a set of iPads and they're all logged in the same account? I said, nope, because that's exactly what I do. You know, I don't use the channel because I pretty much don't take it outside the classroom. And it was funny because I was talking with Maggie from Texas last week, and then we were talking about Studio, and I gave her the pros and the cons from devices versus Studio, and then I said, now if you really want to get into the I told you know, it was great having David Stone on a couple weeks ago because his point about talking about public and privacy when you're doing on the channel setup, you know, public means it can be searchable, doesn't mean anybody they still have to subscribe to your channel. But if you say public channel, that just means your information can be searchable. People can say, if you did something and did it with Spider-Man, if somebody's searching on Spider-Man, theoretically your tag should come up. Now, they still have to follow your channel, but your information would come up. So, you know, I think some people just, they really don't know. And there's, you know, there's a lot to Aurasma. I mean, it's a great tool, but there's a lot to it, you know, pros and cons, you know.
Oh, there's absolutely a lot of pros and cons. You know, one of the traction of that is, you know, where people they're kind of struggling with the whole channel thing and stuff like that. But you know what? That's why we've been kind of, you know, really trying to get people to just at least try, you know, the 4D Studio. Because with Aurasma, with the channels, you have to follow a channel, right? Otherwise, you can't view it. Otherwise, if you created an aura and everybody can view it without following a channel, it's a super aura. And they're super expensive, right? Like five grand a pop for one aura. You know, so if you head over to DAQRI and try their 4D Studio, everything you create is like a super aura.
Everything's a super aura, which is fantastic.
There's no channels. There's no nothing. You have a trigger. You scan it with DAQRI app. Boom.
And
so that's one thing to think about. You know, we didn't mention that last week, and I think that's really important. It might turn a lot of people onto it. You know, is that you can create every experience like it's almost like a super aura because there's no following channels, nothing.
I agree, and you know, this being the first version of DAQRI 4D Studio, and is as good as it's already started, you know it's only going to get better. And the idea that
jumps by, and they're actually updating it tomorrow morning. It's going through a little maintenance thing. So,
I forgot you're on speed dial. So
yeah. Those emails go to a special mailbox on my mail app, so I definitely know when they come in.
Awesome.
Yep. So definitely check that out. I mean, I think it's really important way to look at it. So
absolutely,
just
cool.
Just food for thought. Food for thought.
Awesome.
Shout out to iColor Type. You know, they just tweeted out the show, Brad, and it's I'm
not even there.
Like 26,000 followers. 26,000 followers.
Dude, you know what?
So thank you to them.
I'm reading every single tweet. Sorry, guys. I'm going to have to scan up a little bit because, honestly, the feed is fantastic, guys. I love it.
You guys are rocking it.
Rocking. I'm going to start skimming. But, man, this interactive style is totally killing it tonight. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, Jason Snyder's been blowing up the last
we're already interactive.
30 minutes as I'm looking at here.
I love all this stuff.
So do I.
How to Writing, Spice, Ashley, Paul, Carrie. There's Carrie. Carrie, nice to see you. I'm getting in contact with you. That's the other person who was on my list tonight, Drew, before the pre-show I was talking to you about. Carrie,
awesome.
Yeah, she's, we chatted about talking about her journey, which will be really cool. So
Awesome. I love it. That sounds
absolutely.
great.
Man, all right. So you know what? I think Drew and I we might hit somebody up on a DM here in a minute, and it might be you. So a lot of great people to hit up tonight. So don't be surprised if you get a DM in your box. So Drew, I'm gonna hit. You want to hit somebody up? Or you want me to hit them up?
You just texted me about somebody a minute ago. I think that sounds good. So if you want to send that invite out, maybe we'll have someone join us and kind of share what they're doing.
Sweet. Talk for about 30 seconds. I'll get the invite real quick.
All right, sounds good. There's a lot of different, we've been talking a lot about the way people have been sharing their ideas and things like that. So we have a whole section on our blog that was not created just by us. It was a bunch of amazing educators from all over the country that contributed to this document. Brad Gustafson, good friend of the show, former guest, was one of the main ones. With him using his back-to-school baseball cards that he augments to get kids excited about coming back to school. But the whole document's about meaningful integration in different ways to use augmented reality in education, from homework mini lessons to make each homework assignment, a magical experience, to book talks with the World Book Talk. And I actually saw recently that Follett, which Brad, we did a webinar for them. They're giving away these awards, these scholarship grant awards, and Augmented Reality Book Talks is one of the finalists with a school out in New Jersey. Yeah, a school out in New Jersey. So big props to them.
Heck yeah.
But go look at that list. There's a bunch of amazing ways. I know that our good friend Todd, who is taking a new adventure next year.
Yes.
As an administrator, and he's going to have all of his teachers, the whole wall of teacher pictures as interactive, experiences. Telling them a little bit about themselves and whatnot, and what a cool way to learn about all the teachers in the school, right, is bringing their pictures to life, kind of like Hogwarts. So a lot of amazing things on there, so definitely check that out if you're wondering what kind of ideas or ways that you can use augmented reality in the classroom.
Absolutely. And hey, I just DM'd somebody, so if you're watching, check your DM real quick. Give me a yes or a no back, and we'll throw you the invite. If you can't do it, no worries. We'll get another awesome person on here. And Drew, I think you would agree with me. There's probably 10, 15 people that we'd love to have jump on with us real quick because all the cool stuff we're seeing tonight.
I totally agree. So totally agree. Love the feed tonight with all the sharing and different examples. And if you guys, if you're watching this back later on, you're not watching, please tweet us and share. Let us know how you're using augmented reality in your classroom, in your school. And that was one of the things when we first started talking about it, Brad, is that we didn't just want to use it in our school, did we? We wanted to branch out to almost like advertising, marketing for our district, right?
Yeah, and that was one of the things when we got the chance to speak to our administrators. We got a chance to get on for the whole district, and what I thought was really cool is we went classroom and we did a bunch of examples. We went building level, then we went district level, and creating that marketing poster for the district was fantastic, and they saw the power behind it and stuff. So it was really cool, and I'm telling you, it's going to be global. I mean, really, and Drew, it's kind of our job is to get out there and make this a global phenomenon in education. I hope we're doing a good job.
We're trying to spread the word as much as possible because we see the effect. We know how it works. I mean, it's just as simple. We see how it changes the way kids learn, the excitement that it brings. I mean, we see it happening every day, every chance that we get to use it. And I know that my students, up and down, every single one of them have enjoyed using augmented reality in our classroom and as a tool to learn, and not only creating, but creating different things on the iPads, in the studio, and then we've been playing with DAQRI's 4D Studio recently. So, it's fun. I don't know. I love it. Absolutely love it.
Absolutely.
Candy store.
All right.
So, you're back on our guest.
Yep, just sent the invite, probably about 30 seconds. Hopefully we'll have somebody joining us. And I'll tell you this, guys, if this works as well as we think it's going to,
we'll have to do it again soon.
Oh, yeah, it might be a new segment or it might be just a show we'll do every now and then. And if it works great, maybe we'll have 4 or 5 people join us throughout the course of the show because you know what? The show's getting bigger and better. We're getting even greater audience. We're getting a lot of people watching. We're getting some wonderful accolades, and we want to just make the show better for you guys. So it looks like we may have somebody joining us. We've been giving them a lot of props tonight, along with a lot of people. So let's see. I don't know if the audience can tell who this is yet. I'm just waiting for the video to chime in.
Hey, Ryan.
Hey.
You see him?
Let me cancel. Hold on a second.
Well, this is what happens when you get an impromptu invite to join the Two Guys show about right at the end.
Is he on?
So it's, I can see him.
I'm on.
I can see him.
Sorry, I have two windows open. You got your show. You can see me?
Can you hear him?
I can hear him. I can see him. Brad, you're on a delay.
All right. I'll introduce Ryan. Great to have you, man. I can't see you or hear you, but good, doing some great stuff. I'm gonna let Drew lead the interview then, because honestly, I can't hear her say a thing. I feel like I'm in grade school again.
You know, he's left in the dark a lot. It's okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Ryan, welcome. Thanks for joining us. Just introduce yourself, how people can get a hold of you, and then tell us how you're using augmented reality.
All right. Ryan Beckman. I'm here in St. Louis, Missouri, and you can follow me on @SquashSmasher on Twitter, and I teach 7th grade science at middle school here in Chesterfield area. So I just started using AR when I found your show on the EdReach network, and I've only used it a little bit, but my kids are really excited about it. And like I said before, my first project was a few weeks ago. I did the AR augmented reality trading cards. I've done it in the past where the kids look up information on different celestial bodies and they make trading cards. But I thought the next level would be to have them augment a picture over the top of it. And I really wanted them to do like a video explaining the card and giving background information. But I went a little too fast for them, and they just mainly stayed at the level.
Fun. I can't hear you.
We're having a lot of fun, Brad. Don't you worry about it. You just sit over there and look older. So we're just gonna keep rolling.
Do you have confirmation that people can actually hear him?
I can hear him.
Well, I know that. Has anybody tweeted it yet that they can hear him? Can you see me? All right, Craig.
Ryan, I can hear you great, so let's just keep rolling.
All right, okay, great stuff.
I think that's awesome. So in years past, you've done something similar, but this year you decided to take it to the next level with AR. And you used Aurasma, I assume?
Yeah, I used Aurasma, yeah.
Have you played with any of the other just like applications instead of creating or anything like that? Have you toyed with them?
In Aurasma?
Just period, any application, any AR application.
Before Aurasma, none. Well, actually, I take that back. I downloaded the NASA link, or the NASA app that does the different
satellites.
Yeah, and the rovers and stuff like that. But I just had my kids look at them and use them with the little image. That's as far as it had gone. I never really created my own or had the kids create any until this time with Aurasma. Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, I love that. You know your science, you said, correct?
Yeah.
Have you toyed with the element cubes at all from DAQRI?
I haven't. Yeah, I just saw that flying around, and I got my my DAQRI invitation and account set up just a couple days ago.
Yes.
So I haven't.
Yes. I have no idea what he said, but I'm with you, man. Right on.
He just set up his DAQRI account, Brad. His DAQRI 40 account.
Right on. Well, it sounds like you're doing a good job. I know you said you're a newbie, but you know what? Most people are at this point, which is great.
Diving in.
Absolutely. And the thing is, Ryan, is even being a newbie right now, you're still one of the forefront thinkers in education using the augmented reality. So well done, man. I give you a lot of props for stepping into it and not only using it, but reaching out and sharing and connecting with people, because the power that educators have is wonderful, and it'd be a shame not to share what we're doing. So thank you. Nice job.
Yeah. I just presented at the St. Louis Science Center in front of a board there, a panel, and I displayed the Aurasma piece and that astronomy card piece, and they were pretty excited about it and got them going too. So those are some leaders in education around here in the St. Louis area. So they got to see a piece of the Aurasma part, and I think that went over real well too.
Love it. Keep spreading the word. Definitely keep spreading the word about AR
Yeah.
and kind of the effect that it has in your classroom. And please keep sharing what you're doing with us because we love it. We eat it up. And we know your kids do too. It takes learning to another level. So we're excited. Awesome job, Ryan, and thanks for jumping on for a little bit with us.
No problem.
Yeah, thanks, man. We appreciate it, and I think that went well. So thanks, man. Have a great one, and we'll chat with you soon.
All right, thanks for having me.
Thanks, Ryan.
Bye.
All right, so Brad, we got to dive into the next segment of our show. Twitter shout-outs and some songs.
Yeah, I may not really do Twitter shout-outs. I feel like I've been shouting them out all night, but if you have something specific, I definitely have the songs. What?
Brad's not going to do Twitter shout-outs? What?
Dude, you know what? I am. You're right.
I forgot to do this, and I need someone to like take a picture of this as we're doing this because this is awesome. But I don't know if anyone else did this today, and I can't remember who tweeted this out this morning, but I had my class do it today. We took a selfie. This is straight up Brad's alley, and I told him about it.
Absolutely.
Hi, NASA. I'm on Earth right now at the Two Guys Show. # global selfie for Earth Day, April 22nd, 2014. How awesome is this that NASA is jumping on the train for selfies?
Yeah.
And wanted you to print this out.
Love it.
And take a selfie somewhere in the world and say at where you're at. So where are we at? We're at the Two Guys Show. That's where we're at. So you guys take a picture of this, tweet it out, blow up NASA. I mean, in the terms of Twitter, get at them, let them know that we're here with the # global selfie. Definitely hashtag that along with the Two Guys Show, and let them know that this is where we are at, taking global selfies on the Two Guys Show on Earth Day today. So, awesome.
Absolutely.
Awesome. My kids loved that this morning. Oh my gosh. They wanted to play the selfie song as we were doing it. That's where I crossed the line and said, we're not playing that song.
Oh, my kids dance the selfie song at lunch every day. It's awesome. So, hey, Drew, is that why you texted me this morning where I was? Because you were looking for me for the selfie?
Yeah, I was I printed it out. I was bringing it over to you.
It's funny because once you said that, I totally figured that's exactly why you texted me this morning. I was on a field trip at our farm, so I did see some great stuff this morning. Thanks. All right, let's see.
Right, so my Twitter shout-outs, I'm going to go with a couple different people. Obviously, Ashley Smith at Smith Science GMS. Awesome, her sharing her things today. Have to give a shout-out to MakerBot, at MakerBot. Please tweet at them and tell them how awesome that they are because their customer service, when I call someone, Brad, I'm literally on the phone with somebody within a minute.
Wow.
I mean, no questions asked. I mean, it's that simple, And then the guy that I actually ordered it from, his name's Roy, awesome guy. He found me on Instagram, just randomly was looking through pictures and saw our MakerBot picture, and he was just like, seriously? I cannot even believe I stumbled across this on Instagram. So big shout out to Roy and MakerBot for, the printer is amazing. Shout out to Chromeville, at Chromeville, and Peggy George, good friend of the show. She usually tweeting during the show. She's not on tonight, but she does amazing things. She's feel like she's got her hand in everything. So at P George. So definitely a shout out to Peggy George. That was 4, Brad.
You know what? That's pretty good. I only had 2, so I guess that evens out. Because like I said, I was pretty much shouting out. I'll add Andy Losick on mine because I saw he jumped in the show, and we are almost exactly the same age, so we got each other's back. So you saw what he just dropped, right?
Oh, so funny.
So Andy Losick at Mr. Losick. MRLOSIK, a good friend of the show, another Michigan native, doing great things with Q Rockstar over in Saugatuck this summer.
Better sign up. You're gonna miss out.
Absolutely. And then I as well was going to talk about Ashley Smith, but you know what? I'm going to give a shout out to Jessica Allen, our good friend from South America.
Oh yeah, Venezuela.
Venezuela. She either tweeted this morning or yesterday. She's I think you've even GH'd with her and her kids, haven't you already?
I have not GH'd with her and her kids. We got to hang out at ISTE last year and connect. I think Todd did connect with her kids down there.
Yep. So she's doing some more cool stuff, and we're going to get together with Aurasma. I even told her to jump on. I didn't hear back from her, but so doing a lot of cool stuff. She's in a really cool position down there, and she wants to do a lot of great things with kids, especially ones that don't have the experiences and the opportunities a lot of people do. So,
yes.
So I love it. Hey, Drew, you need to retweet from Rachel Galang. She did the selfie. She did the NASA selfie. She screenshotted you. So that,
yes, I did retweet that. I retweeted that, and then Andy did as well. So thank you guys for sharing that.
I'm blowing that up. That's awesome. That's fantastic.
That is awesome. So let's get on to what's on your playlist.
What is on your playlist? And I sort of have the videos. I'm trying to see if I can tweet them out as fast. But Craig, I'm going to tell you, Craig. What do you mean? There's a selfie song. Are you kidding me, Craig? Oh man, you got to get it. Craig, look it up for me. It's by the Chainsmokers. Selfie song. That's going to be like a ipso facto ad hoc kind of ad. What's on my playlist is hashtag selfie song by the Chainsmokers. So Craig, if you can get that up, please, so we can tweet out the video. That I will do that as one of my de facto starting songs on my playlist tonight. So I'll let you start, Drew.
Oh my gosh, that's too funny. Well, I was struggling to come up with songs today.
That's right. Didn't you say you're going to do "Let It Go" by Frozen?
Oh my gosh. People, if you knew the things I have to deal with on a daily basis with hanging out with Brad, I've got my headphones in, and I'm trying to come up with some songs, and he starts singing Frozen, "Let It Go" to me, and he about blew my eardrums out trying to hit a high note. I don't even know what he's doing, but literally it was awful.
It's awesome because, well, the reason I will
give a shout out to "Let It Go" because
do it for Brenna. Do it for Brenna.
I will do it for Brenna. I will give a shout out to "Let It Go" just because Brad almost ruined the song forever for me. So shout out to "Let It Go." That'll be on my playlist. "Love Me Again" by John Newman.
Good one.
And then "Team" by Lord. So I would say those are my three tonight.
Awesome. Okay, all right. They will end. What? We're not going to end 15. Oh, Paul says something's not right in the world. They're going to end 15 minutes early.
Nice.
Well, the funny thing is I think we're going to end even after 10, but it might still be early for us.
Right. I know.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. That's awesome. Okay, so here are some. Gosh, man, this song by Rixton, "Me and My Broken Heart." The song is really good, and then I was, of course, watching Nickelodeon, one of my favorite stations,
nice.
On AT&T U-verse. It's channel 314, and so funny, Drew. I was sitting in my room by myself a little while ago, and my brain said ESPN, but my thumb went Nickelodeon 314. So SpongeBob came on, and of course I just sat and watched it because SpongeBob is one of my favorite shows. But so I was watching Nickelodeon with the kids the other day, and Rixton, the video for "Me and My Broken Heart" came on, and man, that guy, he's young, he's got a really cool voice. So sometimes we've talked about this. The video can make it or break a song, and the video's fine. So the video supported the song, but kind of just showed me his voice is really pure, and that was cool. So shout out to Rixton, "Me and My Broken Heart." And then I think I've done this one before, but listening to a lot more is Hot Shelly Ray, "Don't Say Goodnight." I'm really hoping Craig or Paul or somebody, it's really good. Mary, maybe I see Mary there, can get these links out for me, maybe at the video. First one was Rixton, "Me and My Broken Heart." Second was Hot Shelly Ray, "Don't Say Goodnight." The third one, man, just wait. This song is going to be blowing up, and it's one of the newer songs out. I don't even know if it's hit Hits 1 radio yet, but it's called, the band is 5 Seconds of Summer, and the song is called "She Looks So Perfect." So it's 5 Seconds of Summer, "She Looks So Perfect." Just a fun, it's one of those songs that, kind of become a summer song or whatever. It's kind of got that feel.
If summer gets here.
Yeah, it's not happening up here, not by any indications from today.
Nope.
So
We'll
those are my 3/4, because I did Chainsmokers selfie song, which, funny thing is, the song's it's either great or you hate it, but the funny thing is, you gotta, whether you hate it or not, you gotta agree the girl's voice is perfect for the song. Oh my God, I remember hearing it for the first time, Drew at McCall with you and Todd.
It's bad. It's not good.
Awesome.
But it's funny. So let's bring this to a close. Thank you, everybody, for joining us tonight. Twitter feed was rocking tonight. Hopefully you guys took some ideas of how to integrate AR into your classroom or an education period. Please share, continue to share what you're doing with it, how you're using it, the impact that it's having on students, on interactions and things like that. It gives you a whole new dimension to ideas and storytelling, and it's powerful. So keep sharing, please. Please, sharing is so important. Absolutely makes our day.
Absolutely.
So you can find me at TechMinoc on Twitter. Head on over, give a like to our Facebook page. Just look us up, Two Guys and Some iPads on Facebook. You can find us at twoguysandsomeIPads.com. We have been nominated, Brad, for a BAMI Award.
I know. Amazing.
Crazy, as the top talk show host.
Yep.
So if you feel obligated, you can hop on over there and vote for us as well. What a great honor. So thank you very much for everyone who's voted for that. It's a pleasure to kind of be on here every week and have some fun. So, Brad?
Absolutely. All right. Well, on our close, if you can see, I got this last week. My mom, this was from mine and Drew's trip to Disney World. Two guys took a trip down there. We had a conference in Orlando, took a couple-day trip. So this is a mug for the show. So thank you, Opuela. I appreciate that. So that was very cool. And then also, next couple weeks, next week we have Sue Gorman. Great.
Pumped about having Sue on. She's awesome.
Yeah, she does a lot of cool stuff. ADE. She actually was doing something with ISTE, and ISTE Connects today, which is great. After that, we also have Class Dojo is coming on. The founders of Class Dojo are going to be coming on. Also slotted to be on in the very near future is Remind 101, Carrie Roberts, and just some other great people and great companies joining us, and as well as DAQRI. DAQRI is probably going to be coming on in the near future. So we got a lot of great people and great companies coming on that are doing great things in education. So stay tuned, and as always, share everything. You can find me on Twitter at TechBradWade. You can find us on Instagram, Two Guys Some iPads. So thank you for joining us tonight. Thank you to the EdReach Network for giving us a huge voice in education. Thank you to Drew for the co-hosting, and thank you to everyone tonight for joining us. The Twitter feed was outstanding. Thank you for sharing all of your ideas. Keep it up. Please share with everybody. Bring a +1 to the show. Bring a +1 on board to 21st century technology and education, and keep doing those great things. Keep it up, everybody. Have a great night, and stay connected.
Thanks, everybody. Good night.
Good night.